and welcome to my TV show recaps. I do weekly reviews on scripted shows, reality TV, and trending topics. If you're interested, please click the subscribe button, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, all at my TV show recaps. So we're back again with episode 3 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and right away we see Kenya looking at spaces for Brooklyn's tea party. Kenya looks like such a Barbie in her pink two-piece set that she has on, and she also looks really beautiful in the confessionals. So she's saying that she's actually telling the planner that she isn't sure if her ex Mark is going to pay for Brooklyn's birthday. And I am pretty sure that Kenya actually knows he's not going to pay for Brooklyn's birthday party. So the planner goes on to tell Kenya that the party is going to cost about $15,000. So Kenya has a sit down with the planner, sort of telling the planner that she really doesn't think Mark is going to pay for this event. And in my head I was just like, how is this any business of the planner? But she also says that the divorce is still going on, and also she isn't sure that there's going to be any spousal support. Now what I'm not sure is the spousal support going to be for Mark or going to be for Kenya? Because I'm pretty sure that Kenya makes more than Mark, and I feel like Mark is petty enough to expect spousal support from Kenya. So I'm not really sure who is going to be receiving the spousal support. So next we see Miss Spring, Summer, September Sheree doing what she does best, working out. And we see her wearing this sweatshirt that says jogger on it. It seems like Sheree is not, taking the She by Sheree business seriously. She seems to be going along with the internet memes, but it's like she's not connecting that we're actually making fun of her. So we see Marlo walking up to the gym, and we get her talking to Sheree, and this is where we actually get to talking about Marlo's archive business. So Marlo says that she actually wants to work as a stylist for studios, like the Tyler Perry studio out there in Atlanta. And I'm like, Marlo, how many pieces do you actually have? Like, I think studios have to borrow quite a few pieces. And I'm like, when she did that fashion show, I only saw about 5 or 6 pieces. Now, I don't know if those were all her pieces she had on display, but it didn't seem a lot to me. So, Marlo also says that she's been taking acting classes and that she actually has an IMDb page. Now, this is where Marlo starts struggling. She's like, I have an IMBD, IBMD, and I'm like, Marlo, get it together. So Marlo then tells Sheree that Candy has actually been talking about her, about Sheree not paying her bills, and Sheree once again doesn't even refute this claim. I feel like Sheree sort of knows that she really skips out on some of her bills, and she's not bothered about it. So next we see Candy with her producer, and he's telling her that her play on Broadway, Thoughts of a Colored Man, is actually doing good. The ticket sales are going up, and Candy is very excited about that. So now we get Candy talking about sending gift boxes to influencers in order to promote her new show. One thing about Candy is that she really knows how to use social media in order to promote her business. It's kind of like what she's done while on Atlanta. She's been able to use the show in order to build and promote several businesses. So then we get her also talking about wanting to get an EGOT, which is the Emmy, Grammys, Oscar, and Tonys. Now, I don't know how many plays Candy has starred in individually as an actress, but it's something that's definitely within reach for her if she works at it. I don't know how realistic it is, but if she wants it, who am I to say no? So now we have Todd entering the room, and he is complaining about, something. Now he says that he's created this new show called Socializers or Socialites, but he doesn't want Candy to actually have any producer's credit on the show. He feels as though, if Candy gets any production credit on it, people are going to say that once again he's not working hard and he's mooching off of Candy. Now my thing is, these men want these boss ladies, but then when these boss ladies are doing their boss things, they complain that the women are not letting them be men. I'm like, pick and choose one. It's either you be a man that's, working, or So next we see Drew and her messy assistant, and he tells Drew that Sheree does not pay her employees or vendors. He also says that Sheree is owing people about $25,000, and the producers actually pull up all the receipts of Sheree owing people money, and I'm like, this is so embarrassing. Like, the producers really threw shade at Sheree with that one. So next we see Sheree talking to her phone boyfriend Tyrone, and I'm like, is Tyrone ever going to actually be on the show in person, or is he just going to live in her Android phone? So next we see Sonia and her husband, and he actually started a business back in Houston. I think it's a car service business, and I think it's actually a pretty good business. So I wish them luck with that. So we finally get to the day of Brooklyn's party, and I must say that it is a good $15,000 well spent. The event space looks beautiful, and the event coordinator did her job. Unfortunately, the women are about an hour and a half late to the event, but Sheree is the first to show up. So finally, the rest of the guests start coming in, and we see Monietta Shaw, which is Neil's ex baby mama, I think. And I think she's also going to be on this new season. She is now remarried, and yeah, I would love to see her story. So the next thing we know, we see Drew coming in, and she literally looks like the birthday party is for her. She's also wearing a dress similar to what Kenya wore for, I think, Brooklyn's second or first birthday. And I was like, stalker much? We also see Candy and Blaze come in, and they both look cute. So Kenya wants to play a Shady Tea Party game at her daughter's birthday, and I'm like, girl, this seems like a bad idea. So the ladies write some tea about each other on note cards, and they, I guess, put it in a box. And the first tea just happens to be about Candy. And Candy's tea was that someone wrote on the paper that Candy had been in the male's locker room doing some stuff. And Candy was like, excuse me, who wrote this? Candy seemed shocked at this news. To me, I feel like Kenya wrote it. Kenya wrote it to be shady, because when Candy was even trying to deny these allegations, Kenya sort of quickly shooed Candy and said, oh, you were late, you don't get to see anything. So the next shady card was about Marlo and La Archive, which I think, again, Kenya wrote this, and her and Marlo just started going back and forth, but I know that they're going to get into this more further down in the season, so we're just going to table this. The next scene is about Drew and Sheree. So I guess Drew or Kenya brings up the fact that Sheree hasn't been paying her staff, and Sheree flat out says that Anthony isn't even her assistant. She never employed Anthony, so why would she pay him if he never, provided her with a service? And then all of a sudden, some lady wearing a red hat saying that Anthony actually said that Drew's husband is gay. So she and Drew actually start going back and forth with the lady in red. And then the lady in white gets up and she like yells and says, kids are here. In my opinion, I feel like that white lady wearing white was kind of tipsy, so I don't know. So after Drew sort of pops off at this lady in red, the other women at the table asks Drew to apologize to the lady. And then Drew says, for what? I didn't even hear what the lady said. And I was like, wait, if you didn't hear what she said, why were you being argumentative with her? Like, I just was so confused. Like, did she genuinely not hear what the lady said? Or is she just trying to sort of pretend that the lady didn't say what she said about Ralph? Anyway, so this is where the episode ends. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below. The channel is growing, so please subscribe. Thank you so much. If you enjoy this content, please give it a thumbs up, share, comment below, and subscribe to the channel.